Welcome back, friends. This is Dr. Mlelo Lecturers. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and to click the bell, then put all for more updates. To join our Telegram group for discussions, just click show more in the description. Then if you scroll down, you'll see the links for the O level and the A level group. Welcome back, friends. This is the Advanced Biology session 40. In the previous session, we discussed about the mechanism of photoreception, and the facilitator in this session, I am Dr. Mlelo. We are continuing our discussion on advanced biology coordination. So kama nilivyosema kwenye session iliyopita kwamba tuliona kwenye mechanism of photoreception kuna conversion of the cis retinine kwenda kwenye trans retinine. Na toka hapo hiyo yote tukasema ina generate the nerve impulse which travel through the optic nerve to the brain, but hatukuona how actually the change in the rhodopsin shape lead to the generation of the action potential. So in this video we are first going to discuss about the actual mechanism, how the generation or the change in the shape of rhodopsin or structure of rhodopsin lead to the generation or production of the action potential. Kilichopo ni kwamba hii hapa haiko kwenye mechanism of photoreception. For your advanced level, ukiulizwa the mechanism of photoreception, unachotakiwa kuelezea ni hicho ambacho kimeelezwa kwenye video iliyopita. Like this is very important for you to know what actually takes place in the rods or cone cells so as the nerve impulse is generated. So how does the change in the rhodopsin rods in light lead to the production of the action potential? Now this involves changes in the outer segment and inner segment membrane of the rods in the involve changes in the outer segment and the inner segment of the rods. Now in the inner segment of the rods is a sodium pump. There is sodium pump which constantly pumps out sodium ions. So kama kuna sodium pump ambayo na pump out sodium ions constantly, that means in the inner segment inside kutakuwa nini? Kutakuwa negative with respect to the outside, because you have the sodium pump which tend to pump the sodium ions outside. So in dark, the outer segment membrane is leak and allows sodium back in again by diffusion. Kwa hiyo kunapokuwa kuna dark, yani there is no light, the outer segment is leak and allow the sodium ions to back inside. Kwa unachokiona nini kwamba in the outer segment yenyewe na pump out sodium, wakati kwenye kwenye inner segment ina pump out sodium, kwenye outer segment sodium zinarudi ndani. Kwa kile kitasababisha nini? Wanasema kwamba back again by diffusion, reducing the negative charge inside the cell from negative 40 instead of normal negative 70. Kwa kwenye outer segment ya rods kitakachotokea ni kwamba potential itatoka negative 70 itakuja negative 40. Kwa sababu gani? Kwa sababu sodium zinaingia, the membrane is leak. Hiyo ni outer segment. Inner segment ina pump out sodium. Kwa kilichopo ni kwamba in light, however, the permeability of the outer segment membrane to sodium ions decreases. Lastly, the inner segment continue to pump out sodium ions, thus making the inside of the rods more negative. Kwa hiyo kwenye light manake permeability ya outer segment inapungua. Ikipungua manake nini? Ikipungua manake sodium zinakuwa haziwezi kuingia ndani. Sodium zinapokuwa haziwezi kuingia ndani, inner segment kule inaendelea pump out sodium. Kwa hiyo ikiendelea pump out sodium, at the end of the day tuta end up na situation ambayo inside of the cell kuta become more negative, kwa sababu sodium zinatoka nje kwenye inner segment, wakati kwenye outer segment hazirudi ndani. Kwa tunachokiona ni kwamba this causes hyperpolarization. Ndani zidi kwa more negative na kwa ni hyperpolarization. This causes hyperpolarization of the rods. This situation is exactly opposite to the effect normally found in the sensory receptors, where the stimulus produces a depolarization and not hyperpolarization. Kwa kwenye rods stimulus inatengeneza hyperpolarization na sio polarization. Huku inatengeneza hyperpolarization na sio depolarization kama kwenye receptor nyingine. So the hyperpolarization reduces the rate of release of excitatory transmitter substance from the rods which is released at its minimum rate during darkness. Kwa hiyo which is released at its maximum, maximum rate at its darkness. Kwa kuna dark, kuna maximum release of excitatory neurotransmitter from the rod cell. Wakati kuna light, manake the hyperpolarization of the rod cell inasababisha decrease in the release of the neurotransmitter from the rod cell into the bipolar neurons. Also, the bipolar neurons linked by the synapses to the rod cell also respond by producing a hyperpolarization. Kwa hiyo bipolar neurons pia ambazo zimekuwa connected to the rod cell, they respond to this by producing the hyperpolarization na zenyewe. Kwa unaona rod cells zina respond to the light by producing hyperpolarization. Also the bipolar neuron they respond by producing hyperpolarization. But the ganglion cells of the optic neurons or optic nerve supplied by the bipolar neuron respond to this by producing an action potential. Kwa unaona this is actually the magic mechanism kwamba the Lord said they respond by hyperpolarization, the bipolar neuron they respond by hyperpolarization, but the ganglion cell connected to the optic nerve they respond by producing an action potential. Kwa nadhani by these few explanation unaweza kuwa umeunderstand nini ambacho kinatokea. And this diagram here summarizes what happens. Again, I beg you to visit the BS book. You will see this diagram more clearly. So here we have the dark and here we have light. In dark, as we said, the inner segment, unaona hii ni constriction. So here we have the inner segment, here we have the outer segment. So from the inner segment, the sodium ions they are pumped out. In dark, sodium ions they are pumped out. When the sodium ions they are pumped out in the inner segment, this increases the sodium ions outside the rod cell. So the concentration of sodium ions outside the rod cell will be greater. And as we said, in dark, the outer segment is weak and allow the sodium ions to enter the rod cell. But in light then the inner segment continue to pump out sodium ions, but the permeability of the outer segment to the sodium ions decreases. So as you see, the arrow shows it bend. That means the membrane does not allow again the sodium ions to enter. So inside of the rod cell will be negative because the sodium ions they are pumped out and they are not allowed to come back by the outer segment. So that will lead to the hyperpolarization of the rod cell due to the negative charge developed inside due to the fact that the sodium ions they are pumped outside and they don't come back. So the hyperpolarization, as we said, the bipolar neuron they respond by producing the hyperpolarization, but the ganglion cell connected to the optic nerve they respond by producing the action potential. Now let's discuss about the rule of horizontal and Amacrine cells. Rule of horizontal and Amacrine cells. Horizontal cells synapse with the several bipolar neurons. They are responsible for a phenomenon called lateral inhibition. So what is lateral inhibition? This increases both sensitivity and acuity of vision. Lateral inhibition helps to increase the sensitivity and acuity of vision. So if the cell receives stimulus from two rods which are of equal intensity, they cancel out or inhibit the stimulus. So that is what they call lateral inhibition. Kwa maana kwamba zikireceive stimulus kutoka kwenye two rod cell ambazo zile stimulus zinakuwa zina equal intensity, zina cancel out au zina inhibit the stimulus. Therefore, they enhance contrast between areas that are weakly stimulated and areas that are strongly stimulated. This makes features such as edges of object stand out more clearly. Kwa hiyo manake lateral inhibition inasaidia areas ambazo ziko equally stimulated au rod cell ambazo ziko equally stimulated zi cancel out, lakini zile ambazo ziko differently stimulated, yani huyu amekuwa stimulated kuliko huyu, zile ndo zinakuwa perceived by the brain. So what you can see here in the lateral inhibition concept is that stimulus ambazo zinakuwa equal zinakuwa cancelled out, lakini zile zinazokuwa different hata kama zinakuwa small zinakuwa perceived. Hiyo inasaidia katika kuona edges manake corners za object ziwe more clearly. Amacrine cells are stimulated by the bipolar neurons and synapses with the ganglion cell. They transmit information about changes in the level of illumination. So horizontal cell and macrolide cell, all of them, they deal with the lateral inhibition, but the horizontal cell, they are connected to the rod cells and cone cell, but the amacrine cell, they are connected to the bipolar neuron. So this is the only difference between the horizontal and the amacrine cell. And let's finish our lecture by looking at the physiology of seeing, or mechanism of seeing. This is different from the mechanism of photoreception. Photoreception, we are just looking on how the light lead to the generation of the nerve impulse. But the physiology of seeing means the light ray from the object, how are they going to reach the brain. However, actually this mechanism here is just the summarization. In the advanced level, we are not so much needed to know the physiology of seeing. Now, the light rays from an object pass through the external part of the ear to the retina through conjunctiva, cornea, aqueous humor, and pupil. The pupil is an opening which is controlled by the iris depending on the amount of light. The stronger the amount of light, the smaller is the size of the pupil. The lens is positioned by the outer chamber of the eye, and its major function is to focus the image on the retina by changing its thickness depending on the amount of light from distant or near object. On the retina, there are cones and rods photoreceptor which are connected to the brain via band of fibers called the optic nerve. The information received is processed in the brain, and we are able to see the objects. Third, the role of the retina is to convert the light into the nerve impulse and allow us to see under the various conditions ranging from starlight to the sunlight, and to distinguish wavelength so that we can see different colors. So actually ni kwamba hii mechanism mlisoma kule form 3, tunaangalia kwamba light from the object ina stick the eye, then from sticking the eye it is bent by the cornea, then it passes the pupil, then it is bent by the lens, then from the lens refracts it to the retina. In the retina we have the photoreceptor cells. They sense that light and then they create the nerve impulse. The retina tend to transduct the light stimulus into the nerve impulse. Then the nerve impulse is carried from the retina to the brain through the optic nerve. The brain transforms that nerve impulse into the image, and then we are able to see the objects. So that marks the end of our lecture, and in the next video we'll be looking about the color vision, trichromatic theory, and color blindness. Thank you everybody. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and to share this video to your fellow students. Thank you.